Computers are an amazing asset in all of our lives. Almost everywhere we look in our world today, there is some type of computer. In our classroom, we have the privilege of having access to computers. Yes, getting to use computers is a privilege. This means that along with using the computers come rules. These rules are simple to understand and easy to follow. Let's get started and explain the computer usage rules. First comes the AUP rule. AUP stands for Acceptable Use Policies. This policy states what is acceptable and unacceptable when using the computers. Along with these rules come consequences that will be put into place if unacceptable use of the computers occurs. Before you are allowed to use the computers, this policy must be signed by you and your parents. Second, you must follow copyright laws when using other people's material, such as written text and songs. You will know if the material is owned by an individual if the material states that it is public domain. Public domain simply means that someone owns the material. If someone owns the material, you may not use the material as your own. You must credit the individual that owns the material you are using. Under the copyrighted law is the fair use law. This law states that if the material is copyrighted, only 10% of the material may be used. Academic integrity must be followed when using the computers. This includes plagiarism and cheating. Plagiarism is taking someone else's work and calling it your own. Plagiarism will not be tolerated in the classroom. Plagiarism will result in the student receiving a 0 and a referral to the office. Cheating will not be tolerated either. Cheating will also result in a 0 and a conference with the teacher. Knowing how to effectively save data is extremely important while using the computers, especially if you are working on an important paper or project. If your work is lost, you will have to start all over, causing a huge inconvenience. Save your data frequently. Before logging off of the computer, be sure to save your files on the computer and a USB drive. Now let's talk about password security. Be sure to save your password often to keep people from hacking into your computer and files. A strong, effective password consists of upper and lowercase letters, spaces, numbers, and symbols. However, be sure you don't make your password so complicated that you can't even remember it. Cyberbullying, unfortunately, is sometimes an occurrence when using computers. Cyberbullying: the use of technologies to harass, defame, or intentionally harm another student or group of students. Cyberbullying will not be tolerated. If you are a witness to cyberbullying, be sure to report it immediately. It's very important to be safe while using the internet. If you are navigating on the internet, be sure to only navigate to sites that have been approved by your teacher. If you are communicating with someone on the internet, do not give them any personal information and only use your first name. Also, if you are using something found on the internet, be sure you cite your source. It is important that you don't click on advertisements found on the sides of web pages. These may cause viruses on your computer. Be sure you don't navigate to web pages that might possibly cause viruses on the computers. If you come to an inappropriate site, turn the computer off immediately and raise your hand for the teacher's assistance. Following these rules for computer usage makes using the computers easier for everyone. Let's all help each other learn and abide by the rules so that we may happily use our computers.